our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio
It's
station.
Love Jones. It's Love Jones. Check us out as we combine our hit music with a love story. Live with Candy. It's Love Jones. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Refugee Camp presents
For all relationships, for regrets, for disagreements, for breaking up and making up, for all those out there jonesing for love, it's Love Jones right here, right now on Global 99.5. Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amigos? We late this morning, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of Friday, boss.
Oh, it's we don't give a.
Yeah, we don't give a up Friday. Yeah, that's what's happening. I can't say the whole thing, you know. I still give a little bit because I do my job. Listen, it's let it all fall on Friday. That's what's happening
That
today.
kind of day.
Before I do anything, let me apologize to the listeners as well as the watchers. I was most definitely under the weather yesterday. Not up to 100%, but duty calls. So here we are this morning, but let me give my sincere apologies for those that were of the expectation of the show yesterday and did not have that. So I do apologize once again for that. The WhatsApp and text number is 812-1787 until we get the 431 back up and running. Of course, you're listening into Global 99.5. This is Love Jones. Magic Mike is in studio. D had a little bit of an emergency this morning, so he had to make a dash. And here we are. Want to say good morning to our Facebook watchers as per usual. How y'all doing today? Let it all fall on Friday. Listen, today's a day where we're going to kind of tie in everything, but it's been that kind of week. We're just going to let it all spill out. It's just going to, pet peeves, stuff that's happening in the bedroom, not happening.
Oh, for real?
Anything, everything. You're just going to put it out on the
So
table.
you got some stuff for that. Yeah.
It's some of that stuff, and then some of the pet peeve stuff. Like, what's with guys?
What's with guys?
Yeah, what is with men? Because I had it happen to me. I went into the pharmacy actually yesterday because I had like a monster headache, and I got to be careful what I take for my headache. So, went in, Erica Badu hair tie, and the hair blockers on because I really ain't about that life. My little shorts I pick up out of Walmart. And the just roll out of bed t-shirt,
Okay.
right? Flip-flops, all the brown leg out, but you could tell I'm just not on that. No. You need it's on my fingers now. You need something. I can't feel something more that. Boss. Do I look seriously? Yeah, man. What you saying? I said, first, do you have a girlfriend? Because you just have that look.
I believe it.
I mean, I got something going on. What is that? Like the human papilloma? What is that something you've got going on? Why do men do that? Just say, I got a girlfriend. I'm married. I'm engaged. I've been checking this chick. I got about 4 and just say, what is that? I got something. I ate a little something.
Yeah, he might be a little something. It mightn't be solid, but he might be a little something.
Little something more.
Yeah, one knock on it.
Is a whole woman a little something?
Well, they might be on the verge of separating, or he just might have met her. So you know what I'm saying. So it's a little something.
So I get that. If it's a little something, if you just met, you're trying to see what's good.
Yeah.
I'd even say 6 months, a little something. You're trying to,
All right.
Dude say he been with her for 4 years.
So it's a little something.
Listen, get out of here with that gig. A little something. I'm looking at him like, really, dude? I think a lot of women say it. Now, let me be honest about it. I think a lot of women say it, but I don't think a lot of women are honest about it. Listen, be honest with me. Tell me what your current status is. Let me know what's good, and let me determine if that's something I'm into. Now, women do say that, and they don't really mean it.
Of course not. I was just gonna say you say that.
Yeah, a lot of women do say that, but they don't really mean it. But
not.
I happen to be one. Listen, let me know what's good, because don't tell me that you're free and single, and then when I call you after 6, your phone off. or you sending me these cryptic texts, or you always got something going on, just say, listen, I'm with this lady, I ain't sure what's good, so I'm trying to keep just say what it is, and then therefore I know how to script myself as well, because I ain't trying to go and fall in love with you because I already see that you're that dude. Just say, why is that so hard? And women do the same thing. It's complicated. What's complicated, Alpha? I can be like D today.
It's just like a little something complicated. It's a little something, isn't it?
No,
Ain't it the same?
you make it. I agree. It's the same type of BS. But listen, you got to start putting it on the line. And this island is too small for that. Somebody somewhere will see you, right? Like the other day, you was out doing legitimate business, right? My people was like, "Hey, you speak, Mike, man. Got on the lime green jacket." He's like, I was gonna snap a pic, but then no. But I'm just saying, just going and coming, doing your natural stuff, you just be surprised to know who sees you doing what. So in order to avoid all of that drama and all of that foolishness, just let somebody know where they stand, what the chances are for this to be serious or not serious. And I get it that emotions become involved, but at the end of the day, at least you'll be that person that said, listen, I hear what you're saying, but remember, I did say this is how this is set. Why is it so hard for people to just be brutally honest?
Because nobody wants to lose, Candy. You know that. They don't want to lose. They see something that they want, whatever it takes. And that's what we're told to,
but
whatever it takes.
All right, but don't you end up losing in the long run? Because after the parties find out, sometimes you end up, he who wants all, sometimes ends up with none.
But aren't we told that you have to live in the now?
Oh, that's what it is. Playing devil's advocate today. Let's do the now. All right, we're letting it all fall out Friday. I had something come in this morning in relevance to that. I posted a little something on Facebook Live about, some of the pet peeves we're going to be throwing out there today. And, one of the things that I talked about is women that say, or men that say, women too bossy, or they want to own you like you're a piece of meat. Like a man said, my girlfriend is too, like, I'm a piece of meat. Like, hello, I'm a person. That's my man. Like, I don't have a name anymore. Everything is my man, my boo, my whatever. I no longer have a name.
People still do that?
People still do it, apparently. But some dudes find that, like, hella sexy.
Oh, yeah?
No?
How do I feel about
Nate,
it?
you find that sexy?
Nate's like, what?
You don't find it sexy if your lady, like, I know my thing is this. I remember there was a challenge a couple of months back. Do you remember when it said, if you're not cheating or you got nothing to hide, put your boo's picture up, right? You remember that?
Right.
I heard crickets. And some men were like, it's not a matter of fact they're cheating, but why we got to go through this exercise? If you know what's good and you're comfortable and confident in what you have, why we have to do these childish things? And women were like, what you mean? I have no problem with putting your face as my WhatsApp photo, I have no problem with putting you on Facebook as the person I'm involved with. The only thing that I can think about that you would not want to do that is you've got another person on the side and you don't want them to know of my existence.
Of course, that's what it is.
So what, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm just
more than likely,
yeah.
I don't see the problem. I mean, there's one or two issues and complications, for me, I guess for some people, like you're just getting into or out of a divorce situation, that could complicate things. So I can understand certain situations, but then there are others like, what's the problem? And then, the woman said, women tend to think, or men think, that you're catty or you're obnoxious if you see another woman stepping outside the box, out of pocket. And you slide in and say, what's the problem? What you kiki grin about? This is my man. What you go smile over there? Do you find that to be an issue if your wife did that? Or would you be like, yeah, that's right, own your stuff, girl?
That's what I talking about. Yeah,
My goodness.
That got me excited. I think every man would like that.
Okay.
Most men would like
now,
that.
unless she's ratchet about it. like,
Yeah.
I think
every
there's
man
a
would like
fine
that.
line.
Yeah.
But I don't see why that would be an issue for me. And I mean, obviously, there's a line in everything you do. I don't think,
And then the way you do it, of course.
of course,
as you
I don't
talk
think
about.
any woman would want a man every time she says hello to another man. He freaks out. But you can tell when someone is trying to take it to that place.
Right.
You can tell when someone is being overly handsy. I mean, it doesn't fall on blind eyes. You can tell when something's going on. So I don't see why you have to be dubbed as catty or you're trying to put ownership. But that's kind of what it is, isn't it?
Definitely.
Are you leasing to own? Like when you're dating? When you're dating in a relationship, isn't that kind of what it is? You're leasing to own.
Sounds
Marriage. So
Sound like you gotta go to a bank and
there are certain things that you got to go through.
you gotta meet a prerequisite and
Yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff that you got to go through in
That's
order to
basically
do
what
it. That's
is.
basically. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, marriage is kind of like an ownership. That's what the ring is. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. And so I guess that's how I see it with dating and relationships. It's kind of that leasing process, trying to figure out if it's a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Can you move all your ish in there, set it up, make it a home? And then once you decide, hey, I could do this, then the ownership.
That's where that contract comes in.
Boom! There you go.
Yeah. Terms of the contract.
I'm still for that contract, by the way.
You are?
Yeah, boy.
I think I feel in that contract.
Yes,
now, though.
son.
I think that's a
I drawing mine up as we
that's
speak.
You're really petty, man.
I have my people view the paperwork. Because listen, you always got to revisit stuff, and you forget about promises that you made. Let's be real. We've all made promises. Sometimes, I mean, you got the best intentions, and if it's for the betterment of you, you'll agree to it. But we're just people, and you fall back into comfortable spaces and things like that. So, I think a lot of times, if you can drop a little contract or whatever, it'll be that reminder. It's like when your landlord says, "Hey, I told you no pets," that kind of way. So it's a way of kind of pulling you back into what's needed and what's required in your relationship. I mean, I for that. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree to
You
it.
for that contract.
I for that. Now, as far
What would
as
you-
marriage is concerned,
hold on, what kind of stipulations would you have in the contract? Like, okay, first of all, as far as renewing the contract,
yeah.
what's the term life on the contract?
I think my first thing, term wise, I'm on that time thing, and I agree that time doesn't matter when it comes to things like, okay, we've been together X amount of years, so this is a reason to stay. I think a lot of people have done that. For me, time is of the essence. In such a time, if you say 2 years is the time that I need to really understand and get to know someone for the depth of who they are. This is the time when I'm putting in this work. And if within that 2-year period, you're no better off than you were on that first month, 2 months of dating, then why would you put another 2 years in? You know what I mean? So at that point, we're going to just kind of we're going to rescind on the contract. We're going to withdraw and we're going to walk away. You know what I'm saying?
That's too easy. I think that contract should have.
No, I'm saying we're talking about it as far as time is concerned.
Okay, cool.
Other stipulations, I think we need to put in stuff with finance. I think we need to put in stuff with time expected to be spent. I think we
Right.
need to put in the stipulations as to how many times we need to have this meeting in the bedroom. Listen, the things that cause issues within relationships are these things that we're talking about, and things that people don't want to talk about once you've gotten into the relationship because it's going to cause hurt feelings or whatever. Put it in your contract. Put it in black and white. This is what I expect. And if you cannot meet those things, then yeah, we not happening. Yeah.
No, I agree. You should put stuff with finance, bedroom time, even dating time.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
You see what I'm saying?
We're required to do, because couples say it and then you get so busy. But if you have something contractual, I think a lot of people, it's okay to say things, but like the quotes that we were talking about the other day, it's one thing to say it, right? And then when you kind of read it and you can go over it in your mind again and again, and it solidifies itself as something that is sitting on your mind to be considered. I think that's the difference with black and white. It's something to be held accountable to. And some people say, well, isn't what verbal agreement is when you get into a marriage? It's a contract that you're holding to. Yeah, let me see something on paper though.
No, you need that paper now.
Yeah, I need a little something. Please and thanks.
Yeah. You need one stamp on that.
Yeah.
too.
How much times are we expected to do this date night thing to get us in the right groove of things? I want to talk about certain things. Children.
I was thinking the same thing. What if children are involved?
Well, then talk about that, because again,
What if children is introduced during the 2-year courtship?
let's talk about that. Are we agree that we're going to stay with contraception or whatever within 2-year period. We're not to come off of that. If you breach that contract, I have to walk away because I can't trust you. I'm telling you, I don't want any children, especially within the 2-year period, because we are developing our relationship. This is the time that we have chosen to work on ourselves and our bond together. We will not and will not, shall not, cannot introduce children into this situation.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What are the consequences if the contract
Is breached.
is breached?
Then that's something that you have to put in there too. Either we're going to have a situation where if there's a breach of contract, then that means that all other things are nullified within your contract.
So what are the consequences?
And I
though?
get that's it. Relationship ended. Done.
That's it.
It's up to you.
So
how harsh
you
you
don't put up
want your
$10,000.
stipulations
I
to
don't
be.
put up $10,000.
I mean, we could do that too. You just sweeten the bar.
And if you breach the contract,
Actually, you
the
can
10 grand is
you
mine.
can do that. And people said, well, that's funny, but people actually see that as look at all the monetary stuff and the things that I've actually poured into the relationship outside of the emotional.
Right.
And it's almost like instead of going to court, everybody puts this thing on this account, this fixed account or whatever for whatever time. Let's say I put up $5,000, you put up $5,000. And if you're the one that breached the contract, that $5,000, not a $10,000, that's my grants.
That's prepay. That's
Yeah,
all it is, eh?
it's kind of sort of like that.
Well, it's not a relationship, a pre-relationship.
Absolutely. But there is,
Contract.
you put more on the table to lose. You know what I mean? And some people say, oh, well, that's attacking it such as a game. But the thing with games are, even games have rules of engagement. There are certain rules that you have to follow in order to be successful as far as the game is played. And if you really look at it, I don't like to use the word game because, it makes it seem as if it's something not to be taken seriously. But at the end of the day, isn't that what life is in its totality?
Definitely.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You choose whether to restart, or if you lose to the boss, will
Yeah.
you just decide to die? What is it? That's in essence what life is, as well as what relationships are. What moves will you make? Will you jump? Will you flex? Will you kick back? And what moves will you make in order to make it most successful and to get the farthest that you can in the game? It's how you choose to see things.
And it's so funny because I was talking to somebody the other day and they used a game that we play called Halo.
Yeah.
We used to play Halo back in the day. And it was just amazing that we used Halo and we referenced it to life, where, you want to reach a certain level in life. You die, but you get another chance. But
Right.
Here's the thing. You know what you did the last time, so you're gonna
Not to
not
do
do
that
the same
again.
thing again.
Exactly.
And the thing is, what you're trying to do in the game, what you're trying to accomplish in the game is get to the next level, till the game is ended. You're trying to turn that game over.
Mhm.
Isn't life like that?
It absolutely is.
And it's so amazing when you look at it that way, you'll be like, wow. So you're in a game, you die. Unless you get to die, but you make a mistake, same
Yeah.
as the game. You get a chance, you come back to life, you do it again. Okay, instead of going to the left,
You go right now.
you go right now.
And so there's a decision to be made. Are you going to keep hopping over that same fireball that keeps killing you again and
Right,
again?
there you go. It's the same
Are
thing.
you going to take left? Or are you going to take another game plan in order to make it farther than you did the last round? That's basically what it is. And I think we keep talking about mindset is what's going to be differentiating as the factors to how things change within our country. We keep saying mindset is what is going to change how we communicate with people. So mindset and how you choose to see things is going to be what will make your relationship last or not. And so if you look at it as a game, something to be achieved is something, if it's how you decide to put your box forward is going to be what makes it either successful or not so.
No, you said
Will
it.
you make the same mistakes that you did in the last? What is the cost and the penalties to making the same mistakes again and again? A lot of times people do the things that they do because they don't either respect the repercussions that will follow or they don't feel as if there are any. People take risk and people cheat in their relationship a lot of time because either the gain is worth more than the loss, which is the relationship.
But then end it. But
And
they don't
then
wanna
end it. Exactly. Because if you see something as to what you could gain, if you see that as something more than what you would lose, then what's the point in holding on to it to begin with?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all depending on what you choose to do and how you choose to see it. I think what'll propel us into a different space when it comes to our relationships.
No, you said it.
So yeah, I definitely reviewing that. And I think a lot of people, listen, start coming to your dates. I know if I had to start again in this whole relationship situation, buddy, I letting you know on the first date, I bring in one little paper wipe with me or my phone situation, right? Mike, you laughing? But I tackling this thing on a different level this time, son. I ain't doing that because I think for me, especially with my previous relationship, I figured he was older, so if it's anything,
knew.
he probably knew.
Right. So you
Or
looked
he
at him,
would be the one to teach me
right,
some
you looked at him
stuff.
for answer. Yeah.
Me, Dad.
Yeah, you know.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Because again, we make the assumptions that with age means that people have gained wisdom.
Right.
And sometimes that has nothing to do with it.
Sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of the times.
Most of the times, it has
nothing to do with it.
Even though we gain wisdom from experiences.
Yeah, but
But-
not every time.
Right.
Sometimes you just walk away from the experience saying, okay, that's done. But you didn't walk away with anything that you held on to as
Right.
far as the choices are concerned.
Right.
So that's what my situation is. I assumed and not that bad has to sit on me. And so now I don't care how old the person is or how many relationships they've been in or what it is, there will no longer be an expectation, nor will there be assumption as to what they know from what they don't know and how it pertains to what I want. Because what you know may have nothing to do with what I want.
Yeah.
You got to learn and read a whole new book when you get into a different relationship with somebody else.
Definitely.
So the next time, if I get into that or I do that again, I got some paper to bring with me. I ain't chancing that. I'm just gonna allow it to just organically flow. No.
Yeah, but remember what Alexa say?
I know
Love is
what.
love. is
I was like, wait, it's what?
love
Love just is.
is. I don't remember what she said.
But that's it. But that's what
It's a risk.
But it is a risk. Absolutely. But at the same token, okay, if you're a gambling person, right? Regardless of the fact that it's a risk you're taking by putting all the chips per se on the number 24, for instance. But that game of roulette or whatever you play, there are still rules that go along with that game, even though a risk is being taken. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're risking it depending on what number or hoping that it's going to fall on red or black or whatever it is. But there are certain rules that you have to adhere to when playing this game. So I'm just wanting to make sure you understand what my rules are. I'm risking nonetheless, because although you understand the rules and I say them to you, there's nothing to keep you to maintain those rules.
But let me ask you a question. Even though you put these rules forward, you know it's a risk. Are you gonna put? Is your heart going into it fully?
No.
Tell me.
There's that.
No, for real. Because here's the thing. You know, the contract's gonna be on your mind,
Mhm.
and just because you know you have that contract, you're not gonna.
Does it become all business then? Do we ever go in all the way, especially if you've been burnt? Do you do it? If you've been
majority of
hurt?
times, no.
No, you don't.
People don't.
I don't care what anybody says. Talking about, I just fall. No.
But knowing that you have a contract now,
Yes.
and knowing that this contract guarantees that it could or could work.
Mhm.
It couldn't. It might not or might work.
Right.
You're not just knowing that you have a contract. You don't go put your all into it.
Why not? Because sometimes it depends on, again, it's how you perceive things. Some people, knowing that they have the cushion of that contract, now now that the business is out of the way, I can freely give my heart to you because I know at least if it breaks, I still walk away with some other things that'll make me feel a little bit better. It depends on how you choose to see things.
That's what I'm saying. So do you think now you're going to give your whole heart? If I know I have a contract, especially when it comes to my heart,
Yeah.
I guarding that. And just the fact that because I'm guarding that, I don't think I can be out there. I don't think I can give that love.
So I don't know if that contract is good for you then.
Well, you know, I feel
Listen, I love love, But I won't tell people that of these fallacies and these fantasies that it doesn't come with. It's BS. So I don't want anybody to be tricked for a moment. I love love. I believe in people. I believe in the fantastic things that love, marriage, relationships can definitely bring. But it also comes with a whole bag of BS. No lie. It is a lot of work. And I don't subscribe to when people say love should just be. It is, but then what else? Unfortunately, there are lots of people in the world right now, currently as we speak, that love each other but cannot be together because of those other things. So love is fantastic, but it's not the sole thing that makes for a relationship. I'm sorry. You can love someone, but if you do not trust them, it is not going to last.
No, definitely not.
You're not going to be happy.
Because all that stuff, other stuff,
is what comes in the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has nothing to do with the love of it. You know, some people definitely are in love with each other. They've always loved each other, but those other things are the things that get in the way.
Yeah, trust.
I know many couples that are divorced now, not because they didn't love each other. The love is still here today, years and years after. But the commonalities and the other things just fail to work. You just fail to work. And when it happens like that, what can you do? Okay, Mary Candy, how are you? We need to have a show on red flags in relationships. Most women do not know when a red flag is up and on the field. It is.
Yes.
For instance, let's talk about some things like when husbands stop wearing wedding bands. Mike, you look up like boom, 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 boom.
I haven't worn mine and I can't find mine.
It says, if you take yours off, then I take mine off. Does that help the situation? Want to hear what you both have to say? Okay. Well, let me let you take it first, being a husband. Let me throw you under the bus quick.
Go ahead.
So, first of all, let me put you in two situations as pertain to the WhatsApper. Because we're talking about let it all fall out today. We're going all to the wall. Number one, if you're a husband, which you are, and you take your wedding band off, like you've always worn it, you know, it's been something symbolic, obviously, within the relationship, and you remove it. Number one, what should that signify if that's something that you do? Number two, if you're in a marriage and your wife takes off her wedding band or her engagement ring or her set, what does that say to you? 812-1787 is your numbers. Of course, for text and WhatsApp, you can call in at 326-0272. Comment live on Facebook. And of course, you can always review the vids a little bit later on Global 99.5 or Love Jones. So what say you? She says you want to hear both the answers. If you're a husband and you take your wedding band off, what are you saying without saying, but through the removal of your ring?
Well, I think men and women see it different. I think for a man, and I'm just going to be totally honest.
Yeah, we go in there.
For a man, if I take off my wedding ring, it really won't signify anything to me. It might with the wife.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if I see my wife take off her wedding ring, you all right? You want to talk about it?
Right.
What's going on?
So why is it different if she takes hers off and you take yours off? So if you take yours off, why take it off?
Well, here's the thing. And I'm just speaking, well, you
can only answer for you.
Yeah. I haven't worn my wedding ring in years. It's because it's in the house somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Right.
You know, my wife knows that. You know what I'm saying?
Has she ever asked you or purchased you another ring to put on?
No. And to be honest, I've been hitting, purchase another one. But yeah, it's been years. So I don't think it's going to happen. But she knows that, I don't have my wedding ring. But if you have the wedding ring and it's purposely sitting on the dresser or whatever, and you're not wearing it, then there's a reason why. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. And I mean, thinking about it though, and
then the other question was, so if she sees you take yours off and she says, okay, well, two can play at that game, I'll take mine off. Does that help the situation?
No. I could be like, why are you taking yours off?
So it hurts the situation.
Yeah. I could be like, okay, I can put mine back on there.
For me, Yeah, for me it's symbolic. Now I know some couples where they don't do the wedding bands altogether, but that's the two of them. They don't wear them, but that doesn't change whatever. I know some people that have gotten a wedding band tatted on their finger, so they don't wear the jewelry per se. And then I know some other guys that don't wear it because of the work that they do. They diesel mechanic, this, that, the next, so they don't wear the ring because it's an issue. It could slip off with the grease, whatever, so they don't wear it. Now, if you happen to be a couple that you both have always worn your wedding bands and all of a sudden he takes his off, you just said a whole lot to me. You just said a whole lot to me because now, you know, they call it in jest, they say it's old ball and chain, whatever. But that ring is supposed to be an infinity, a no end band to the commitment and the love you have for me. So once you've removed that, either you've stopped loving me or you've ceased to be committed to me.
Well, I can understand that coming from a woman.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, she said, I want both of your opinions.
But we ain't gonna think like that. If we see our wife not wearing their wedding rings, we could think, so.
Exactly. So that's the way you see it, and that's the same way the women see it when you guys take yours off.
Okay, that's cool. That's respect.
That's what I'm saying. So that's for cool. Men, it's like, it's just another piece of jewelry in my heart. We're married, but for a woman, you wear that because I put that on your finger on the day that we got married, and that means that you're committed. You're mine. And see mine, I'm yours.
Right.
Now, when you take it off, you letting other people know as well, I'm up for purchase. You're looking for a new lease. A new lease on life. That's how women see it. I don't think it's gonna help if you both take it off because that means everybody up for games now. Morning, thank you for calling into Love Jones. What's good? Let it all fall out Friday.
Hey,
what's happening?
how the hell are you?
Mommy Rachel.
Mikey, what's going on?
Everything cool. What's up?
Look at where D is, man. He's slunking today.
D say he was having a little break situation, you see, and before all the dreadlocks crash and burn, he had to go check the wife.
So look, yeah, I got you on the tail end right now, right?
Uh-huh.
So now this whole thing with jewelry.
Yes.
Some people don't like jewelry.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I don't like jewelry. I only wear a watch.
Right.
You know, when my wedding ring, I used to wear wedding rings only. I used to wear my wedding ring only on special occasions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I just never liked rings.
Right.
I never liked jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a bracelet. I never had a chain. So it's like to say that. See, people get so caught up in symbolism.
Yes.
You know, and they totally miss the mark. What? Because I don't wear my ring, I don't love you? That's crap.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You and your previous, that was an understanding that you don't like jewelry, so you don't wear it. That was something already set up within your marriage. So It's different now in this situation. This person is talking about that this is what this means to me. And the fact that you have that on, that's something special, right?
Right.
And so now with the removal of it, it also signifies something. I don't think it's being caught up on the symbolism necessarily of jewelry, period, but it's what it meant within their relationship. Everything's different.
Okay.
It's like if you buy your woman a locket with the two of you in it, that's something special. That's it. You know, that has that token is something special and symbolic within your relationship. So now when she takes that off, you know, she either going deep sea diving or she's sending you a little message.
So wait, so the dude right in to say that his girl or his wife
wrote in and said all of a sudden now after umpteen years of having it on, he now removes it.
What Jaheim say? When she stopped wearing a red ring?
Boom! There you go. Yeah, and that leads into coming home late.
What you ain't doing, bro?
Yeah.
You need to check yourself too to see what it is you ain't doing.
Yeah.
You all need to sit down and have that conversation.
Agreed.
Because because women more into symbolism than men.
Yeah.
So if she take off her ring,
yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Party done.
Yeah. Party done.
We need to talk. You said Pat.
Y'all really need you need to pull her to the side, and you need to sit down and y'all need to talk.
Yeah.
That's something going on there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty then.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Until next time.
All right, we'll check you later.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. I agree. Men and women look at it differently because a lot of men will tell you it's no big deal if I don't have my ring on, right? But women take that to heart because, you know, as Pat said, women are big when it comes to symbolic things. Like when you buy a woman a promise ring, very rarely you have a woman buying a man a promise ring, you know, because it seems as if not all men, but a lot of men are a lot less into the symbolics as it pertains to jewelry and those kinds of things.
Right.
You know, for him, that thing that you guys have verbally is different. For a woman, she likes to say, hey, this is what my man bought me. And every time she looks at that, you know, some women are just tingsy. And then other times women look at it and it's a reminder of not just the commitment that you have together, but it reminds her of you. So every time she looks at it, you know, it's a bit of you with her. So women are very symbolic when it comes to those things. And when you see a woman takes off a ring, woe be unto you. Because a lot of times that's the last thing women do. They keep it on even after sometimes going through the divorce because it's just so hard for them to detach. That's almost like the last thing that they do. But when they take it off, oh boy, do they take it off. It's done. Mm-hmm. You know, for men, it's no thing. They'll take it off, wash in the car, put it to the side, and get lost. For them, man, it's my wife. I need a ring to tell me that. A lot of time, men will tell you that. But
for years, I worked on the ramp at the airport.
Yeah.
So I never used to wear it because, you know, my hand used to get caught up in suitcases, handles, and all
that stuff. Yeah.
You know? So I mean, that was a conversation my wife and I had. She knew I didn't wear it because of that. Because one day I almost tore my finger off. Mm-hmm. You know,
but that's what I'm saying. If it's an understanding that you guys have prior to, that's fine. But if he's always worn it, and then he takes it off, you're sending not just me. And see, that's the thing about wedding rings and those kinds of things. When you take it off, you not just send me a message, you also send a message to these other people that you're free, single, and disengaged.
Yeah, because you got to take it off. Because, you know,
but
you're trying to get rid of the mark too.
Yeah, you're trying to tan and thing, sort that off.
You want to erase it and take the mark off.
Put a little mark on it.
What?
Because one of the first things that I do now, some women find it, they don't care whether you got a ring on or not. They turned on. Some of them, they prefer a ring on. Right. I am on that run. But for me, when I first started into the whole dating thing and starting to talk, first thing I do is looking at your finger. Because once I see that, Chibi, stop talking.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Because you're already letting me know that you're either married or you come in with complications, some that I'm prepared to deal with.
I even heard of some guys who wear a ring to get women. Yeah. Well, you know, some women are into that.
Some women are definitely into that. So it all depends on what it is that
not
you're
married,
interested
but wear
in.
a ring.
Even the thing drop on that. Yeah, but you know, to answer, you know, the WhatsApper, I don't think taking yours off helps, but I can understand you doing it because it lets him understand what it means. What it means. I want you to feel and understand. A lot of people don't get it unless they feel it. Exactly.
Men notice when your wife's not wearing the ring.
Because to a lot of men, I'm sorry, and I hate to say it like that, not every man is that way, but a lot of times this is the way that people are. I shouldn't even say men. I take that back. People are. They can do it, but you cannot. You know, that kind of way. It's okay for me to take mine off, but once you have yours on, that means we're still in. I'm doing whatever I'm doing, but you got your ring on, so, you know, we good. A lot of times you have to show people better than you can tell them. People take talk for weak and take talk for light. So sometimes you have to show them that you're serious about what you're saying. So it's not necessarily a situation of tit for tat, but if you no longer take the symbolism seriously of what our rings mean to each other, and you've now removed yours, then why am I having mine on? A marriage is two people, so your ring and my ring must be on. So if you don't wear yours, then why am I going to respect the unity by keeping mine on?
Message.
Yeah, boy, that's what's up.
Yeah, no, for real. You make me want to go look for my one.
I see you keep that. I see you keep touching.
Yeah, I got it no more. And I looked for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because
is that a sign?
For me, I stopped wearing mine not when the marriage was officially done, but when that heart-to-heart connection had been lost, I removed my ring.
Yeah.
For me, it was a lie then by keeping it on, because it stood for me for commitment. It stood for me for certain things. So why am I going to continue to wear it if I no longer really subscribe to that? I no longer feel that. then why? That's lying to myself and other people. Take it off.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, back in the day, I used to be into, like, I liked jewelry.
Yeah.
Now I don't. It's too hectic.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know, I mean, and that's one of the
I
reasons
just
why.
realized wear the costume, so if you snatch it off, I mean, you only get
You
a couple dollars.
I'm comfortable with just a watch, like Pat said. I'm comfortable with just a watch.
Yeah.
And a chain.
And
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
good.
And that's me. I'll probably put on a little, and I don't want a gold hand chain.
No.
You know, I can wear my little bracelets that I make.
But see,
and all of
they're
that.
symbolic to you in
They're
another kind of
symbolic,
way. Yeah.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. So that makes it different.
yeah, but the wedding ring, you know, like I was saying, you know, if men notice when women stop wearing their rings.
Keith says, man, y'all making me feel guilty. I gotta go look for my ring. It's one of our avid Facebook watchers.
That's cute.
No, I call her Keisha.
Wow.
She's one of our avid Facebook watchers, and she always has great commentary. She said, now y'all making me feel guilty. Now I gotta go look for my
Go
ring.
look. Hey, he ain't, what? I ain't noticed you won't wear
See,
it.
here's the thing. Every couple is different, right? Some men, it's like, you can afford to put that on. Use my wife. You know, that kind of way. It's an understanding depending on what job you do. If you've lost your ring before, you know, that kind of way. So it depends on what your relationship is and what your communication is. It's another. So that's pretty much all it is. You just got to make sure that that's out there for you and your wife. Y'all had an understanding before of why you didn't have yours on. I think it's just about, you know, committing that and understanding what that is. All right. Okay. This person says to me, when someone takes off her ring, it's because she's fed up about something. But when a man out the blue takes off his ring, he's cheating. Then it's that. That's one of our Facebook watchers. So what do you say now?
Survey says
I was about to say, no.
no way, buddy.
All right, let's
No
be
deal.
real about it. All right, this is Love Jones on Global 99.5. Of course, we're live on Facebook, 812-1787.
I guess they didn't agree with what I said.
I mean, okay, I think it's different for a woman and a man, right? But I think the general consensus is, now whether it's true or not true, like Pat said, he never really wore it. That's an understanding he and his wife had at the time, though.
Right.
My dude just ain't into rings, no big thing. But if we go out as a family or it's whatever, he'll put it on. That's an understanding. And if your wife is okay with it, that's the only person you have any explanations to give.
Right.
It don't matter what anybody else assumes from it. If your wife is okay with it, then cool. If your husband is good, then we all good. When the person that you've committed to when you wore that ring has a problem with it, that's when it becomes a problem. If it's too small, get that its size, but you needs to get it done. Let's keep it popping. Now, as far as this person is saying, a lot of times, let's be real, we see it in all the movies. We've seen men do it. I've seen men do it just as they're about to go, I'll try snatch up a little something just before they go do whatever.
Push in their back pocket.
They take the ring off. So that signifies for most of the women that aren't attracted to men that are married and committed, I'm free, single, and disengaged. Why else would you take your ring off when you're going in a public setting, but you put it on when you're at home? You're living a life of duality and a double. That ain't making no sense. So, you know, in part, I agree with that. Not every man, but a lot of times, if you have no other reason for just now taking it off, yeah, you up to no good in the neighborhood. All right, yeah. Keisha saying what her thing was, she lost weight, and then she took it off so that she wouldn't lose it. Girl, go get your jam size and let your man know proud to be wearing this thing. For me, that's what it is. When he puts it on, it's like a mark of pride. Like, this is my wedding ring. I'm one of those people. I call your name, but I'd like to say my husband with the H, my husband. They love it. I want to be able to say that. Relationships are rough, and if you get to that place where you find someone that you actually love enough, you're committed enough to get married to, yo, that's a band of pride for me. And to wear it and stick with it and have it on, it says a lot because marriages ain't easy, babe.
Right. And it goes,
What?
you know,
Hey.
you saying that, I'm like,
Marriages
the majority
aren't
of
easy.
people see it like that, though.
No, but we just talked about it from that's one of my pet peeves. We have to start changing our mindset. We have to start revamping our mentality when it comes to the way that we see relationships. I think the marred way that we choose to see relationships is what continues to keep us in trouble. We have to start looking at it differently. Some people say, oh, I ain't wear no band, ain't nobody own me, I know dog. But if you look at it like an infinity, a symbol of infinity of the commitment that is never ceasing between the two of you, then maybe you'll have more interest in wearing it and keeping it. It's how you choose to see it. And how if people understand that you wear it as pride. I think a lot of women wear their wedding ring, their engagement ring, as a sense of pride and commitment. He loved me enough to put this on my finger. He's chosen me above all else. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
When a woman puts a ring on your hand, she has chosen you above all else. We just talked about the billions of people in this world, and you're the one that she's chosen to put that ring on. That's something big, right? That's a big deal. And when you take that off, you say, I no longer choose you.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
I think I'm convinced.
You gonna look for yours? I can come help you look for the wife, you see? I can help you look for it. For me, I'm that kind of person. Listen, if you get me one of them rings, those juicy pops, the candy ring.
But, yeah.
I wear it. Yeah, man. Gold is overrated. They'd like, yeah, right. I don't like you,
Someone confused
For me, it's, and that's the difference between symbolism and the love of things. You can give
materialism.
Me it's and materialism. That's the difference for me. If it's a juicy pop ring, if it's a bread tag.
Because I've seen movies where this guy gives this girl a ring.
Out the gumball machine thing, right?
Not even that. A nice little, it's gold.
A little something.
And she's like, "Is that how much is cost you?"
I get it. Okay, so then it's a difference between. But see, you gotta know. You gotta take a break. All right, good. But you hold on one sec. You gotta know who you involved with. Certain women that ain't gonna fly, but they need a magnifying glass to look at the wife. And then other women won't care. To them, they don't care. Like as long as your heart in it, that's all. It's good. Yeah. What's up?
We talked about this another day prior about young guys getting married, right?
Right.
And I said, I'm not gonna get married without a house, right?
Yes.
So the guys, let's say women living with the guys, they have the house, right? And they say, why this guy won't marry me? Why this guy won't marry me?
Yeah.
They done pay for the house. Now they trying to save up for the ring now, right?
Right.
So like y'all don't think about that. Like and then this economy we in, I gotta save up for a $10,000 ring. And then it's like it taking me 5 years to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why he ain't marry me yet? You want a big ring?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right.
My wedding ring cost me. I think I got it on eBay.
Mike, I can't take you today.
It was a nice ring. It was a nice ring.
Yeah,
it was gold, diamonds, and everything.
Yeah,
but it was. I got it on. eBay had the little.
A little money base up some good things.
Yes,
don't slunk on.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I didn't have to go to John Bull or nothing. I got it at.
Here's the thing. Remember that story? It kind of ties into what Nate was saying or what he asked, right? Remember that one where she said she waited the first 5 years. He said he had to get stuff sorted out.
And then 2 more years after.
And then 2 more years, he was saying, okay, now that I've gotten this job, whatever, let me set up a nest for us. And then after 10 years of waiting, it was nothing. And they broke up and he married someone in the first couple of months. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I know that there are some men and I appreciate that. I think that's something to be saluted where you say, listen, if I'm going to be a husband, because I remember you talking about telling your wife, listen, I'm going to move you out of your parents' house, but I'm going to make sure I put you in a place where you're comfortable. I'm not going to take you from one place where you're accustomed to certain things. Or I think a lot of people look to improve even the situation that they're removing their spouse to be and they're putting them into. So I most definitely respect that, but the problem is we've become a society of such where the negative definitely outweighs. We've had so many con artists pop on set where they say that and they know they have no intention on really committing and solidifying the relationship with something long lasting such as marriage, but it's a way of keeping that person holding on for the hope of what's to come when it never will be. Right. So although I respect that, I think that's the hesitation. But if you're with a woman and she says to you, I'll marry you, but I need my ring to be this big. for me,
that's a red flag.
That's
right
a
there.
red flag for
I
me.
can be like, this ain't gonna make. This
My
ain't gonna
thing
last.
is, like with my mother and my stepdad, right? They got married with a smaller ring, and as the years went, he upgraded the ring. So, like for 5 years in, he upgraded. He said, "We've made it 5 years, and I appreciate that you held it down with the small ring. You love me enough to give me that chance, and so let me upgrade you." He upgraded the ring. He added a bigger diamond on that bad boy. So, like every relationship, you got to start somewhere. Sometimes you start a house. You know, on Good Times, they say, boy, you remember Uncle, not Good Times, Fresh Prince. Remember
Right.
Uncle Phil, they used to go back and say, we lived in this 2-bedroom apartment.
Right.
And look what we've grown to together.
Right.
I think that growth together speaks to a whole lot. I ain't gonna wait for you to get in a mansion, baby. Let me help you build this mansion, son.
Well, but Diane, most women see
Then
it,
you
though.
got to get you a woman that is same mind base as you, because if y'all ain't on the same track now, 10 to 1, y'all ain't gonna be there later.
Yeah.
You got to start from an excellent foundation from jump.
Those things ain't easy to find. And
Yeah.
you gotta take time to really find out what you're dealing with.
I agree, but if you're gonna take your time to be putting up for a $10,000, that time you're putting into that, you could be finding to find a $10,000 carried woman.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I mean, so everything good up until
Message.
everything good up until the ring point, and now and now I gotta sacrifice that good stew fish you was make to try and find.
You petty now. Now the stew fish that you used to make, because I can't get this now. I got to put that aside now to go find something else. I get it, but a lot of times we end up paying in the long run. If you don't pay now, you end up paying later. So that stew fish, that'll be the same thing that happens you later on.
I think we should talk about next week.
I don't have a problem. I think it's a pretty good topic.
Please know how to cook stew fish and fried fish, and especially you
Go
want,
back to the old Bohemian
especially
ways.
if you want an island fella like me. Mango skin man.
What island you in from?
Message.
Lucha.
Boy, I should have known. I should have known. The Luther fellas is be on the home cook run.
Us too. Us Freeport Island people.
Yeah, y'all is be more into the tots and things like that. Y'all like sweet things. You looking like what?
What you talking about, Willis?
All right, ring ain't important. I would appreciate any guy coming to my daughter with land papers rather than a ring. Who came up with this ring garbage anyway? Me and my husband agree on that too. Like I said, it is about, now mind you, it goes back to what he said. For me, I've got 2 daughters, Lord, I sweating. And yeah, big ring is one thing, but you don't know how he paid for that. You don't know if that on loan, if he still got like $20,000 to pay on it. You understand what I'm saying? Come to me with a plan. All right, Mrs. S, here's how it go. I want to marry your daughter. And like she said, I own this piece of property on the island. I own this piece of property. I would love it if we could build together. Now, I don't have riches, but I love your daughter. And I would love to have us build a future together. I can pay attention to him. I'm not going to be moved by the guy that comes with a Tiffany box or with this big ring, but he don't have no semblance of a plan for the future. Again, it's how you choose to see things.
Yeah,
Some women, what a big ring, Jesus, you should see the ring, my God. Facebook! You should see this ring, Jesus, Larry just buy Felicia this big ring, Jesus, I know this ring. 10 to 1, it ain't real. But even if it is, that's all she'll walk away with. And sometimes dudes is actually for that back.
And for really, even the person even got to come with no papers for no house. You know,
No?
treat my daughters right.
Listen, with them two you got, you better put them in something.
They stay mad. I don't tell them when they get married, their husband and them can move.
Oh, y'all can move in.
They can move in my house. We buy 4 bunk beds.
You full of foolishness.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more pet peeve. I know we run out of time. We did start late, so we're trying to make up for that time, especially because we didn't have a show yesterday. Global 99.5, this is Love Jones, Fallout Friday. What do you do when a guy treats his mother better than he treats his wife?
Oh, God.
Boom, boom, boom. Here's the sitch, right? Here goes the situation.
Mama's boy, eh?
Well, there were certain, here's what the person says, right? There were certain allowances, promises made prior to the marriage. Now, she says she saw certain indications that dude, but a lot of people tell you this, the way that a dude treats his mom, you want to make sure that no, that's not how it works. Well, let me finish. Let me ask. Let me find out from the men out there. it typically tells you to look for a man that treats his mother well, because a man that treats his mother well more than likely will respect you and treat you same way.
That's an 80s rule.
What? Man, wait a minute.
17. That's an 80s rule.
Wait a minute. So that doesn't apply.
No,
so the
man.
guy that does that now is a mama's boy? Is that
No,
what
it
you're
ain't
saying?
that, you know. It ain't that. But we have so much baggage now. I mean, that don't even make... I mean...
You know?
No.
All right.
If you're going to look for that...
So this person says, you know, she saw it and it was like, yo, he treats his mom with the utmost respect. This is the way he flexes. He talks to his sister with sense. All right, this is a dude that I could buy into.
That's my points proven now.
Now, here's the problem. She said, with all of that, she saw little things like, well, I gotta go by mommy and fix this and that. Okay, well then, I mean, you know, she don't have a husband. You know, dad passed away, so I get that. You know, you're the dude, the man in the house. No problem. But now you and I married, you're the man in my house. I understand you still love mommy and all that, but when things that I need, you say you can't get it for me because you got to buy it for mama. What do we say on that? What does one do?
There's a reason
So now
why
she's
that
thinking
picture
about-
we saw the other day where they had your daughter drowning,
Woo!
mother
Yeah,
drowning,
that caused plenty
and your
problems.
wife drowning. And the picture says, who do you save?
As I wait.
It's the reason why. I ain't going to answer it, but
You
you remember that
can't
picture?
put it out there and say,
But I'm, saying,
answered.
I'm just telling you, this is
I
the
do
reason why.
remember it.
It's the reason why those things.
So let me ask the dudes out there. They've got your wife. I remember that
remember
meme.
that picture?
I remember the meme. The meme had your wife, your mother drowning. It had your daughter drowning, and then it had your wife. It says, which one do you reach out to serve first? Which one do you save? What do you say, Nate?
You save your daughter. Because if you save your mother, she can say, oh, you can let my grandchild drown. Then if you save the wife, it's like, how you can let my child drown?
So you save the
You
daughter.
save the daughter because she
So
just
who's
want
next?
candy or something. Oh, next. I can't swim that.
All right, let's take your daughter out of the equation because I think that makes it easy. It's your wife and your mom drowning. Who do you save?
Like,
Wow, y'all are so what happened? Your wife and your mama drowning.
Okay.
Who do you save? Boy, your crickets over here, boy. What's
Y'all paint it.
812-1787. Y'all see what these dudes into today? They ain't even on my run with answering that question. That's a loaded one. But I think it leads into the questions that they had. Like she said, now she's having a problem.
There you go.
What? Say mother wiggle. Oh my goodness, y'all letting it all fall out Friday. I can't deal. I think a lot of people are gonna say mom, but I know if D was here, I know what he's gonna say. I know D would say his wife. And the reason why he'd say his wife, you know, he always goes back to scripture and he says that you're supposed to put all others, including your ma and your pa. He said, even your children come last. He said, you're supposed to save your wife. Now, we say that, but I don't know how many people would actually
There
do
you
that
go.
when it came
You can
down
imagine
to it.
being in that situation.
Yeah, no, I don't even want. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to your husband or your father, I mean, wow. Then it's that. Whew, this is a rough one. So, at
Or your
the end of
husband
the
or your
day-
son.
Yeah, my son. But then, you know, that's my situation.
Your husband or your son.
Huh?
Not your husband or your son.
My son.
Not
Oh, you
Based
mean?
on the situation
oh, you
now.
mean on my divorce? Oh, okay.
This pre-divorce.
This pre.
No, like pre like a year into the marriage, like when you was in love and you had your son, because your son is your first child.
Yes.
Let's say your son was 1, 2,
My son,
husband or son.
my son.
your mother or husband?
Huh?
Your mother or husband? Your mother
No.
or your husband? It ain't so easy.
Your mother or your son.
Now somebody say mother that live a good long. If my things rough on you,
Throw me your wallet.
I will.
Doesn't make sense for two of us to suffer.
My God, I can't. Yo, that's a serious thing, you know.
I tell you want me to? I can't answer
That's a
that.
serious thing. Yeah, I ain't even gonna get into that. It's time for us to go, but it's been a fun show. Mind I crying over here? It's been rough. So it's let it all fall out. We've been talking about a lot of pet peeves, cattiness. We've talked about taking off your wedding ring. I enjoyed that conversation a lot because it definitely showed us a lot of stuff as it came to men and women, how we think and the symbolism of certain things. I appreciated that. And then it came down to who do you put first when you have a marital situation. If your husband beckons upon you, do you put the needs of his father, of your father first? In a situation of husband and wife, if your mother calls to you, do you beckon unto your mother? That's the person that gave you life. But this woman here is the person that gave your children life and you're building a life with. Mm-hmm. So, woo, that's something to talk about, but not today.
No.
Oh, you guys sleep on that.
We're out of here. You can continue to leave your comments as well as continue any kind of conversation you'd like on our Facebook page, of course, on the Love Jones Crew page, as well as continue to hit us up via text and WhatsApp at 812-1787. It's been a fun one. Thank you, Magic Mike. Nate, thanks a lot for your commentary as well as your production aid. It's been fantastic. I hope D gets set. But you guys have a great weekend. And in honor of D in his absence, we will say, we link.